Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Daily English Fluent Podcast. I am Jake, and today I am very happy to practice English with you. In today's podcast, we are going to talk about a topic that everyone can talk about, your family. This topic is very common in daily conversation. People ask you about your family in school, at work, and when you meet new friends. Someone might say, "Tell me about your family," or "Do you have brothers and sisters?" Or, "What does your father do?" These questions sound simple, but many English learners feel a little unsure. Maybe you know the words mother and father, but you do not know how to describe your family in a full sentence. Maybe you know the word sister, but you do not know how to say she is older than me or she is younger than me. Do not worry, this is very normal. Today we will learn simple words and simple sentences. We will use easy English. We will use short sentences. We will use natural examples about parents, brothers, sisters, grandparents, and family life. By the end of this podcast, you will feel comfortable talking about your family in English. First, let's understand why this topic is important. Family is one of the first topics you talk about when you meet someone new. It helps people understand more about your life and your background. A good answer about your family is not a long story about every relative. It is a short, clear description of the important people in your life. You can talk about how many people are in your family, who they are, what they do, and how you feel about them. Let's start with the basic words. Mother, or mom, is your female parent. Father, or dad, is your male parent. Together, they are your parents. If you have a brother, he is a male sibling. If you have a sister, she is a female sibling. If you have both, you can say, "I have a brother and a sister." If you do not have brothers or sisters, you can say, "I am an only child." This means you have no siblings. Grandparents are the parents of your parents. Grandmother or grandma, and grandfather or grandpa. Aunt is your parent's sister, and uncle is your parent's brother. Cousin is the child of your aunt or uncle. These words are the building blocks of every family conversation. Now, let's build a simple introduction about your family. You can say, "I have a big family," or "I have a small family." A small family usually means parents and one or two children. A big family usually means many brothers, sisters, or relatives living close together. Let's make an example. My family is not very big. There are 4 people in my family: my father, my mother, my sister, and me. This is a very clear and simple sentence. It tells the listener exactly how many people are in your family. Now, let's add more details. My father works as an engineer. My mother is a teacher. My sister is younger than me, and she is still in school. This gives a clear picture of your family members and what they do. You do not need very difficult words. Simple present tense is enough. He works. She teaches. They live. These are all you need. Let's talk about describing people in your family. You can use simple adjectives. You can say, "My father is tall and quiet." You can say, "My mother is kind and friendly." You can say, "My brother is funny and talkative." You can say, "My sister is smart and hardworking." These adjectives help the listener imagine the person. Let's put this together in a full description. My father is tall and quiet. He does not talk very much, but he is very kind. My mother is friendly and warm. She loves cooking for the family. This kind of description feels natural and personal. It is not just facts, it shows your feelings too. Now, let's talk about relationships. You can describe how close you are to your family members. You can say, "I am very close to my mother." This means you have a strong, warm relationship. You can say, "My brother and I are best friends." This shows a special connection. You can say, "I do not see my grandparents very often, but I love them very much." This shows distance in location, but closeness in feeling. Let's make an example. I am very close to my sister. We share everything, and we talk almost every day. Even though we sometimes argue, we always support each other. This sentence uses even though, which shows a small problem, but then shows the bigger truth, which is love and support. Let's talk about family activities. Families often do things together. You can say, on weekends, my family likes to have dinner together. You can say, every summer, we go on vacation together. You can say, my mother cooks a big meal, and we all eat together on Sundays. These sentences describe traditions. A tradition is something your family does regularly, often on special days. Let's build a fuller answer. Every Sunday, my whole family gathers at my grandmother's house. We eat a big lunch together, and the children play in the garden. It is one of my favorite parts of the week. This paragraph shows a tradition, a feeling, and a small detail, the garden, which makes it personal and real. Now, let's talk about growing up. Many conversations about family include memories from childhood. You can say, when I was young, my parents took care of me very well. You can say, my grandmother used to tell me stories every night. You can say, I remember playing with my brother in the park when we were kids. The phrase used to is very useful here. It means something happened regularly in the past, but not now. For example, my father used to take me fishing every weekend when I was a child. Now we do not have much time, but I still remember those days with happiness. This shows a nice memory and a small change over time, which sounds very natural in English conversation. Let's talk about differences in families. Not every family is the same, and that is okay. Some people live with a big family, including grandparents, aunts, and uncles in the same house. Some people live in a small family with just parents and children. Some people grow up with only one parent. All of these situations are normal, and you can talk about your own family honestly. For example, I live with my mother and my younger brother. My parents are divorced, but my father visits us often, and we still have a good relationship. This kind of honest, simple sentence is completely fine in English conversation. You do not need to hide anything or make your family sound perfect. Real, simple English is always the best choice. Now, let's talk about common mistakes when talking about family. The first mistake is giving very short answers. Someone asks, "Tell me about your family," and the learner says, "I have a mother and a father." Then they stop. This is too short. A better answer adds a little more information. For example, I have a mother and a father, and I also have one younger sister. We live together in a small town, and we are a very close family. The second mistake is using too many complicated words. You do not need advanced vocabulary to talk about family. Simple words like kind, close, busy, and funny are enough. The third mistake is speaking too fast because the topic feels emotional. Slow down. Take your time. Family is a warm topic, so speak with a calm, friendly voice. Let's learn some useful vocabulary for this topic. Supportive means someone who helps and encourages you. You can say, "My parents are very supportive of my dreams." Strict means someone who has firm rules. You can say, "My father was strict when I was young." Easygoing means relaxed and calm. You can say, "My mother is easygoing and never gets angry easily." Protective means someone who wants to keep you safe. You can say, "My older brother is very protective of me." These words help you describe personalities in a natural way. Let's practice a few full examples together. Example 1. I come from a big family. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. My parents are both retired now, and they enjoy spending time in the garden. We all live in the same city, so we meet very often, especially on weekends. Example 2. My family is small but very close. It is just my mother, my father, and me. My mother is a nurse, and my father works in a bank. We do not have a lot of free time together during the week, but we always have dinner together on Fridays. Example 3. I grew up with my grandparents because my parents worked far away. My grandmother taught me how to cook, and my grandfather taught me how to fish. I am very thankful for the time I spent with them. Now, let's imagine a real conversation. Someone asks you, "Do you have a big family?" You can answer, "Not really. My family is quite small. There are only 4 of us, my parents, my brother, and me. We are not a big family, but we are very close." This is short, clear, and complete. Now, imagine someone asks, "What does your father do?" You can say, "My father works as a mechanic. He has been working at the same company for over 20 years, and he really enjoys his job." This gives a clear, natural answer with a small extra detail, which makes the conversation feel real. Now, let's talk about talking about extended family, which means relatives outside your parents and siblings. You can say, "I have a large, extended family. I have 4 aunts and 3 uncles and many cousins." You can say, "My cousins and I grew up together, so we are very close, almost like brothers and sisters." Extended family is very important in many cultures. Family gatherings, birthdays, weddings, and holidays often bring extended family together. You can say, "Every New Year, my whole extended family meets at my grandparents' house." There can be more than 20 people there. This kind of sentence shows a big, warm celebration, and it is very natural in English conversation. Let's also talk about how families support each other during hard times. You can say, "When I was sick last year, my family took very good care of me." You can say, "My parents always help me when I have a problem." You can say, "My sister gave me advice when I was choosing my job." These sentences show that family is not only about fun times, but also about support during difficult moments. For example, when I lost my job 2 years ago, my parents helped me financially until I found a new one. I will never forget their kindness. This kind of sentence is honest and shows real emotion, which makes your English sound more natural and human. Now, let's talk about talking about differences between generations. You can compare your life to your parents' life or your grandparents' life. You can say, "My grandparents grew up in a small village, but I grew up in a big city." You can say, "My parents did not have a smartphone when they were young, but I use my phone every day." You can say, "Life was very different for my grandmother. She got married very young, but I want to focus on my career first." These comparisons are very interesting in conversation because they show change over time. For example, my grandfather worked on a farm his whole life. He always says that young people today have an easier life, but I think every generation has its own challenges. This kind of sentence invites discussion and shows that you can think deeply about a topic, not just describe it. Let's practice describing a specific family member in more detail. Choose one person and describe them fully. For example, I want to talk about my mother. My mother is 52 years old. She is a primary school teacher, and she has been teaching for almost 30 years. She is very patient and kind, which makes her perfect for her job. In her free time, she likes gardening and reading novels. I admire her because she always puts her family first, even when she is very tired from work. This is a longer, more detailed description, but it still uses simple grammar. Notice how each sentence adds one new piece of information: her age, her job, her personality, her hobby, and your feeling about her. This structure works for describing any family member. Let's learn a few more useful phrases. You can say, "We get along very well." This means you have a good, friendly relationship with someone. You can say, "We sometimes argue, but we always make up." This means you have small disagreements, but you become friends again quickly. You can say, "He takes after our father." This means he looks or behaves like their father. You can say, she is the youngest in the family, or he is the oldest in the family, to describe birth order. Let's use these in a sentence. My younger brother takes after my father. They both love football, and they both have a good sense of humor. We get along very well, although we sometimes argue about small things like who controls the television. Now, let's imagine a classroom conversation. A teacher asks students to describe their families. You could say, "Hello everyone, I would like to talk about my family. My family has 5 members, my parents, my 2 brothers, and me. I am the youngest. My father is a taxi driver, and my mother stays at home and takes care of us. My brothers are both older, and they help me with my studies. I love my family very much, and I am thankful for their support." This sounds natural, complete, and easy to follow for a classroom or podcast setting. It uses simple vocabulary, but it paints a full picture of the family. Let's also imagine a casual conversation with a new friend. Someone says, "So, tell me about your family." You could reply, "Sure. There are 4 of us. My mom, my dad, my sister, and me. My sister is older than me by 2 years, and we live in a small apartment in the city. My parents work a lot, so I do not see them every day, but we always have dinner together on Sundays. What about your family?" Notice the question at the end, "What about your family?" This keeps the conversation friendly and shows real interest in the other person, which is an important part of natural spoken English. Before we finish, let's review the main points. When you talk about your family, start with how many people are in your family. Then, introduce each person briefly, their relationship to you, and what they do. Add adjectives to describe their personality. Share a small memory or tradition if you can. Keep your sentences short and clear. You do not need difficult grammar. Simple present tense and simple past tense are enough for most family conversations. Family is a topic full of warmth, and speaking about it should feel natural, not stressful. You are not being tested. You are simply sharing a part of your life. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Today, try writing 2 or 3 sentences about your own family. Say them out loud. Practice them tomorrow and the next day. Little by little, talking about your family in English will feel completely natural. Thank you for listening to Daily English Fluent Podcast. I am Jake, and I am very happy you practiced with me today. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep improving, step by step. See you in the next podcast.